everybody, my name is America Revere. I'm an MS1, and if you don't know... Hi guys, if you've never been to my channel before, my name is America Revere. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I just finished my first year at medical school. I wanted to go ahead and do a looking back video over just my entire year. I'm also filming outside in front of a Starbucks because I thought it would be a cool idea because the sunset's going on right now, but the cars are around, so please ignore that and focus on me. Having a family and there's going to be have fallen mad. Okay, this isn't gonna work. So yeah, I'm changing the scenery because that was a horrible idea. It's changed tremendously. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, we're just gonna do this in my house where I should have done it originally. What I get for trying to give y'all the sunset. On Snapchat a few days ago, I asked you guys to send me all of the questions that you wanted me to talk about in this video, and I picked my 10 favorite, and here they are. Grenade1 asks, what did you have in mind as a specialty when you started medical school, and has that changed? Well, when I was in college, I did all of my medicine-related volunteering in women's health. So I was almost 100,000% sure that I was going to be an OB-GYN. That was the original plan. But since then, I've actually leaned more towards surgery, which was really shocking because I knew that I was going to be an OB-GYN, and that has completely changed. I actually shadowed an OB-GYN eventually in my first year of medical school, and I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I'm just going to be completely honest. I saw my first alive birth, and I guess I always thought that it was a really magical, beautiful moment that I wanted to be a part of, but I think I didn't understand reality. The father was not present, and I mean, I'm sure that's not very common, but it didn't make the baby any less special or any less beautiful, but it kind of made the reward less special. I don't want to say that the wrong way because every birth is a complete blessing and every being is so beautiful, but I think I always thought of birth as the mom and the dad, and they're married, and this is their first child, and oh, it's so crazy and special. But a lot of the time, the mom and the dad don't talk. A lot of these babies are being born into families that clearly aren't ready or mature enough. I think that really shocked me. That was kind of my first sense of like reality in medicine. I mean, people are people. As a physician, you're dealing with all sorts of people, not just the people who have it all together. You're dealing with people who don't have it all together. Unfortunately, OB-GYN is no longer like my first option because I started shadowing a surgeon, and I love surgery. I think I could do it for hours. I think that it's just so cool. Everything about it is insanely interesting to me. Next question comes from Nicolosis, and he asked, do you regret going to medical school after this year? Absolutely not. I absolutely do not know what I would do if I was not in medical school. No, do you love medical school every second of every day while you're in it? Heck no. In the end, I know this is where I want to be. I don't want to do anything else besides be a doctor. This is where I want to be. This is where I was always meant to be. I couldn't think about doing anything that had to do with law, politics, marketing, advertising, engineering, math. Being in medical school honestly surpassed how awesome I thought it would be. I honestly didn't think that it would be awesome at all. I was ready for it to be grueling and tiring, and 4 years of life that just kind of blew away, that I would look back on and just see blackness in my memory because I don't even remember it. No, that's not what it is at all. If anything, this is like the most memorable year of my life. I did more in this year than I probably did in the past 5. It's awesome. I love it. I don't regret it. If you're thinking about going to medical school, stay off of those dumb websites that tell you that medicine sucks. Everybody's leaving it. It's not true. A lot of physicians love it. A lot of physicians know that this is their dream job, and I know it's where I'm supposed to be. And sometimes you just need to hear that to remember that medicine is still awesome. Minhun98 asks, how well does undergraduate school prepare you for medical school? That's a very good question. I think a lot. I know there's a lot of countries where you go straight from high school to medical school, and I just don't know how that how you can go from undergraduate school definitely kind of like gave me more work, more knowledge to learn. But even then, it was still a large learning gap. Biology, cell biology, physiology, anatomy, neurobiology, microbiology, those are the ones that I can immediately think of that are very, very helpful in medical school. Going to college definitely helped in medical school. Will I say that it completely prepared me for medical school? Absolutely not, but it was helpful and it gave me some foundation to put my medical knowledge on. So I didn't get the username, but I did get your picture. If you can see that there. Your question was, what was the most unexpected thing about your first year that you were really, really surprised about? So I'm just gonna keep it really, really honest. I was a little bit surprised about patient interaction. Talking to patients and hearing their problems and being that source of comfort and respect and knowledge can be really draining. Sometimes when I've been talking to patients all day, I'll end the day and I'll just feel so drained. Like I had given all of my energy to other people that by the end of the day, I just feel like drained, completely 100% drained. In the beginning, it is kind of sad because you really want to be there for your patients and you don't want to think that talking to patients is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, it's an awesome thing, it's a wonderful thing, it's like the best part of medicine. But I think what I was really shocked was, it feels like with every patient, you lose a bit of yourself, a little bit of your energy with each of them. And you just have to recharge every day by doing things that you like and doing whatever makes you happy, so that you can wake up every day and be the physician that that patient needs and not be tired or bitter or just drained. Gotti Askar asked, how did YouTube fit into your first year of medical school? Did it feel like an obligation at times when you were very crammed, or did it help you get through tough times? Maybe both? Thank you so much for that question. YouTube has been the biggest surprise of all this year. Having a channel and putting videos up every week is a little bit hard, as you probably saw. Filming a video is so much more than just turning on my camera. You have to get dressed, wear nice clothes, find good lighting, and as somebody who doesn't have a camera stand or a professional camera or professional lighting, I'm at the mercy of boxes for my stands, the sun for my sunlight. It can be kind of hard to film a video when you're put under those circumstances because you have to have perfect lighting, something to put my phone on, something to talk about, time to film it, edit it, and put it on YouTube. But despite all of that, I found ways to do it because the reward of having a YouTube channel is everything. Having tons of friends cheering me on every day, it makes me so happy. It is worth everything that I do to put these videos up. And so I keep doing it, not because I feel obligated to, because I don't have to. I'm going to be a doctor someday, so I don't have to fall on this. It doesn't ever have to be anything more than a hobby. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it, and obviously I am still here a year later. I obviously love it. KZ Reincarnated asks, in what ways have you improved over this year? So obviously I know a lot more about the human body, but I don't think that was what your question was about. I am just so much more mature. When I started medical school, I had just turned 22 and I just felt like a kid. Like somebody put a white coat on a 5-year-old, pushed me into a building and said, you're now responsible for people's lives. That's literally what it feels like when you enter medical school. You know nothing, you feel like nothing. Suddenly you are thrust into a world filled with responsibility. You have to be so many things now for so many people. And you literally just feel like a kid when you enter medical school. You feel so lost. Not only that, but I pretty much was a kid. I still enjoyed going out, going clubbing, hanging out with my friends. I still miss my mom. Like, I was a kid in every sense of the way, but I feel like now I feel more womanly. I'm not just some little girl. You learn that your problems don't matter because you see so many real problems. I'm just so much more confident. I also dress a lot better. Before I started medical school, I had like one pair of slacks and like one blouse, and now my whole closet is slacks and blouses and dresses. Bailey STG asked, if you could go back and change one thing about your MS1 year, what would it be? I just wish I knew then what I know now. I mean, no matter how much I preach to you guys to stay happy, stay confident, and don't let grades break you down, don't let stress break you down, I still had so many times where I was broken down because of a bad test grade, or because I felt like I had 50 things on my schedule to do that day, and all I wanted to do was sleep, and I just felt so stressed and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go on another day. Medical school is just crashing down all over me. And I just wish the me now could have been there to say that it was always going to be okay. Believe in yourself, and if you fail, who cares? Start over. My first year, I just wish that I stressed and cried and yelled at myself a lot less. CR7 Swife asks, how did you adjust from studying for classes in college to classes in medical school? There's just so much more that you do in medical school than I ever had to do in college. So in college, basically, I would go to class. I could cram all of the PowerPoints the day before for the final. You can't do that. You cannot do that in medical school. There's so much slides, even if you did cram them all, like you couldn't get through all those slides in 24 hours, even if you tried. You have to put in work every day, or you're screwed. You're basically screwed if you don't put work in every day. I go to class. I also make sure I read what we're going to do in class before going to class, so the night before, which I never had to do in college. I then review everything the Sunday after that week, and then I spend a week before the final exam to turn to all of my pre-reading notes, all of my lecture notes, and read every single detail for the final. I think the longest I ever had to prepare for a final in college was 3 days, and that was for my OChem final, which is like the hardest class in my opinion. My cardiology class was only 4 weeks long, and I still needed a whole week. That's just to show you how much information is in medical school. I did not get your username, but here you are. I hope you guys don't mind if I show you the pictures. She asked, what was the hardest thing of med school this year? First semester, you have lecture from 8 to 12, and then you have anatomy basically from 1 to 6. During the second semester, I only had lecture 8 to 12. So first semester was very hard. I was at the school from 8 to 6 p.m. 10 hours of just being bombarded with knowledge and having to use your brain all day long. Every day during first semester, I basically went home and I passed out because I was so exhausted. And if you want to know what the hardest module in my opinion was, I think that immunology, microbiology, that module was crazy. Olivia Mariani asks, do you have to be a genius to get through medical school? I don't consider myself a genius at all. I think anybody who knows me, I'm not a genius, I don't think, in their eyes. I'm not good at writing. I suck at math. I suck at physics. I suck at history. I suck at government. I'm only really good at science. It's kind of hard work and just natural gifted smartness. And if you have a little bit less of this, and you can make it up with hard work, and if you have more of this, and you don't have to work as hard. Like some people in my class party all the time, and they have the best grades in our class. And just don't think about them. They have nothing to do with you, so you let them live their life and make their grades, and you focus on yourself. Because you stuck around to the end, here is my giveaway that I am doing for almost reaching 10K. So yay! I am going to my second year of medical school, and I had to buy my first aid book. Everybody has to basically have before they take step 1. And while I was buying it, I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if I could get this book for somebody else? So I did. This one's for me, and this one is for one lucky subscriber. If you are entering medical school, or if you're entering your second year, what a better way to get a first aid book than for free and from me? But then I thought, I want to help more people. So I got a book called MCAT Secrets Study Guide. It's rated really well on Amazon. It's so I wanted to give one of these away to somebody who has to take their MCAT so that they can get into medical school and join us. But then I thought, I don't want to just help college students and med students, I want to help the high school students too, because I have a lot of those on my channel. And so I bought this book. It's called The Official SAT Study Guide from College Board, which are the people who administer the SAT. You need an awesome SAT score to get into a good college, and you need to get into a good college to get into a good medical school. And so what better way to study for your SAT than from a book that you got for free from my channel? If you are a high school student who hasn't taken your SAT and really needs to study for it, enter my contest. If you are a college student who hasn't taken your MCAT yet and wants to go to medical school, enter my contest. And if you are a medical student, either a first or a second year, enter my contest. I paid for all of these books with my own money because I really wanted to give back to my subscribers and help y'all get to your end goals. I promise to have more books and more prizes for more of my viewers. I've never used a post office before, so we're gonna go ahead and keep this in US only, but I promise to have worldwide giveaways soon. Just let me understand how to use a post office. Now, the way to enter the contest is you must like this video, you must subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and you must leave a comment below. Tell me what book you want and why you want it in a comment below under this video. And the contest will be open until I reach 10K. I will then pick one of the winners from the comments below at complete random, and I will be sending you a message through YouTube to find out how I can get these books to you. And of course I will sign them all so that you know that they are for me. You guys just cannot ever understand how awesome it is to be able to help you guys. So thank you so much. Have an awesome summer. Good luck in school if you're still in school, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.